So not only am I going to show you how my device exactly works, I'm going to have a little surprise for you at the end of this video. Stick around. So guys, welcome back to the channel, and before we really get this kicked off, I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Gina Miller. Gina is the very first subscriber that I had. She sent me a Star Wars music box recently, just because she wanted to. She knows how big of a Star Wars geek that I am. A lot of people who I've had these conversations with, they know that I'm a really big sci-fi fan, and especially the original Star Wars trilogy. So, Gina, a big shout out to you. All right, guys, here we go. So for decades, the study of paranormal has only been taken seriously by a very small community, with the majority of the scientific community laughing it off as a farce or pseudoscience. Luckily, we live in a day and age where we have organizations like the University of Arizona, Johns Hopkins University, and the Parapsychological Association, and so many others who are attracting doctors, scientists, and researchers to go through the appropriate testing, measures, and documentation that are necessary and required for anything to be deemed scientifically proven and relevant. I myself am a very proud member of the Parapsychological Association, and I'm excited that the research paper that I wrote on being able to record EVPs through the use of ultrasonic frequencies is being published internationally through the American Paranormal magazine. I'll include a link to that in the description below. Now, the reason that this publication is so important is because it completes the final step of the scientific method for my research. In the scientific method, it all starts off with a question that has to be then tested. The question that I had was, are we able to record audio that we ourselves cannot hear? Because that's where I feel spirit communication is that it resides within that frequency. I built this device right here, and I tested it multiple times in multiple different scenarios. I recorded my findings, and I wrote a research paper in the APA format. However, that device only proves a concept. There's still a lot of work to do. You see, this device can be explained like this. Speech is tone plus frequency that travels on a wave. That wave can disrupt air patterns. Ultrasonic sensors, by their very design, are able to pick up audio in that ultrasonic frequency field, therefore designed to pick up those frequencies where I feel spirit resides. You see, I also feel that anything that is claimed to be scientifically proven should be able to be explained, because if it's been proven, then you're able to explain that proof, but you're also able to show possible flaws as well as the upside if it has to do with a technical device like this one here. If we stumble across something or upon something that can benefit the community, we as practitioners have a responsibility to share that information. That's the only way that this field can truly grow. If we are to build devices, we have to understand how they work. Otherwise, how can we get people to trust us? This device is based on bat locating technology. It consists of two ultrasonic receivers that pick up audio from 20 kilohertz to 100 kilohertz. A newly added copper wire antenna should allow for not only boosting that signal, but also picking up alternating fields. The copper strands are attached to the positive leads of each receiver. The ultrasonic microphones, or receivers, are attached to the main board that was initially designed to be used in radio receivers. No, this cannot pick up radio signals. So, what are the flaws of this? Well, the biggest right now is simply pulling that audio from under the 1000 to 2000 hertz frequencies. You have to use noise reduction and amplification over and over again to bring those voices up. So there's a lot of work in that. And then once you're done with that, you have to run it through your equalizer to boost those mid-range settings. So that is the major flaw with this so far, but I'm working on fixing that. But what are the upsides? Well, frankly, there's a lot. For one, these receivers cannot pick up audio through walls, paper, glass, whatever. So any audio that you get has come from inside that particular area where you're doing your session. And that is a design within the receivers themselves. This has been proven just through this receiver technology that anybody can look up. Also, these are highly directional receivers, which means they're not going to pick up any sound from the sides or the back. It's only going to pick up sound that is coming from directly in front of it, right here. Additionally, there are no radio stations, there's no apps, there's no sound banks put into any of this, so there's no way that it can get a false positive. Now, I have used radios and I have used apps and I have ones that I like. I'm still a huge fan of the PSB7 scanning radio. I think it's fantastic. I'm a fan of the Necrophonic app. And for those of you who know Hope Paranormal, of course, Josh has his HSB1 app, which I've had really good results with. I haven't had the chance to try his new app, but I have used the HSB1 and I've had fantastic results with it. So I'm not trying to say that apps or scanning radios don't work. All I am trying to do is push the envelope just a little bit more. This device, as far as I can tell, is the closest we have truly come to having a device that is undebunkable. Can it be faked? Absolutely. People can still record voices through AI generators or just by recording them themselves and mixing it into the audio. Of course they can do that. Which leads me to my next surprise. Not really a surprise, but an offer for all of you, for those of you who wish to take it on. So I'm going to do a session right now, and I'm going to put a link to the raw audio to the session below in the description. So here's the thing. I have not used this device since I have added the antenna. So I'll be doing that tonight. I welcome you to go to the link, download the raw audio from this device. You will know it's the raw audio because in the video you're going to hear 2 clicks, and I'm purposely going to adjust the frequency. That way, when you download the audio, you will know that it's the actual audio. I welcome you to go through that audio, through whatever audio program you have, and boost the audio, use your noise reduction, boost it, use your noise reduction to see what you come up with. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to leave the first 10 seconds uninterrupted. That will be our baseline for our audio. Anything after that, if you hear a difference in the frequency, if you hear something take place in the audio that wasn't there before in our baseline, then that's something to research. Do what you can to pull that audio out and see what you come up with. I'll see what I come up with, and I will post the findings next week. All right? Sound like a deal? Here's the session. Okay, so I knew I was going to do the session that same night, but I had an idea. I wanted to actually do a session during the day. So if you can see, it is actually, let me adjust that. It actually is daylight out. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the ultrasonic device. 1 click, 2 clicks. Okay, and there are the tone adjustments that I promised you. Turn up the volume. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Magnets on my hands just in case this happens to do anything. Hello, this is Philip. I put an invitation out earlier today saying that if there's anybody who wants to come through and speak, you're more than welcome to. I have two ways in which you can try to communicate if you like. You can come through the top of this and speak into these sensors. You can also come through the back of this device right here, and it'll light up if you're here. I'm wondering, we have rain outside. I'm wondering if I should. I've used the fan in the past to create air movement. I'm wondering if I should do that. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to put the fan on low. And that's going to blow some air in the general direction of the sensor. So, I mean no harm. I come here as a friend. I come here with curiosities and questions. And I'm trying to develop a way that is truly an honest way that we can communicate with those who have left their bodies. Is there anybody who wants to come through and try to help out? I do welcome the gateways and the doorways to be open. And I do ask that my guides and my protectors and those who have my best interest at heart to please be here to guide over this session. If there's anybody here, are you able to hear me? Are we able to have any type of direct communication back and forth? If there's any spirits here, can you give me your name, please? I have this copper on top here, which should give you a little bit of a boost. I'm also running at two different frequencies. At about 30 kilohertz, not that you know what that is, I don't want to assume, and then at about 80, 75, 80 kilohertz. Is there anybody who has any kind of message they want to give off or relay to us? One time when I was trying to communicate with you, I asked if you could come through the top and speak, and there was a young lady who came through and said, "I can't." Why is that? Is there anything that I can do to improve your ability to speak through this device? You know, one thing that we never consider is, do you even want to talk to us? Once you are away from your body, do you experience a certain amount of freedom? Is there any spirit or soul that is around me often? If so, can you give me a name, please? And if not, may I ask why? Is there anything that we who are still in our bodies can do to help out, or is there anything that you need or want from us? Okay, I'm about to call this to an end. Are there any final messages that you would like to give? I want to thank you for your time. If you came through and spoke, thank you. I am going to ask that all spirits and souls please return back through the gateways and the doorways which you came. Please do not attach, please do not follow. I thought I heard something right there. Okay, I want to thank you for your time. And I do ask that those gateways and those doorways please be closed, okay? Thank you. Bye. Okay. So, all right, guys. So that is the session. I will post my findings next week. Click on the link below to download this raw audio of the ultrasonic device. You go through it. Let me know if you find anything. You do have to run it through your noise reduction several times. You have to amplify the audio each time. But eventually you will start hearing voices come through. Again, I'm working on improving that though. Alright guys, so I'll just see you next week. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.